Welcome back, everybody. It is the Working Brother back at you with another talk and the Soviet Russian Bear. Soviet Russian Bear,
Yeah.
welcome back. How you doing?
Hi, I'm great, thank you.
This is actually the second time we tried this recording. We had some technical glitches, and my computer just decided to minimize everything for some reason. So we're gonna do this whole "Hey, how you doing?" We haven't talked in a long time, I think, again.
Yeah.
And before we get too much into it, let's not forget that this is a comedy show. Nothing here has to do anything with reality, and any resemblance to reality is coincidence. So,
Yeah.
Soviet Russian Bear, you got taken off the air by a lightning strike recently.
Oh yes. My computer was struck by lightning, and the power supply. I had to basically change two capacitors. But the first time I thought that I'm gonna need a new power supply unit, but I disassembled it, and I took I checked it out, and I found out that it was just two capacitors that went down. So I bought two new
Nice.
capacitors and replaced them, and it's working again. My old
Oh, you
power
replaced
supply.
the capacitors yourself?
Oh yes.
Nice. So you have like electrical engineering skills. That's good. That's good to know. Did you get them from a washing machine that a Russian soldier brought you from Ukraine?
Oh, bro.
That's right, because the washing machine capacitors have to go to the Russian missiles, right? Everybody who's new, like, share, subscribe. Welcome. This is a comedy show. We sometimes do real topics.
Well, is there the same picture but with toilet? Because there is this totally truthful information from Ukraine that the Russian soldiers steal toilets.
No, there's actually a couple. There's a whole series of them, but I didn't want to download them all. But yeah. Let's.
There is a Russian punk rock song, Russian punk band Bachit Kompot, and they even made a funny song about it. That Ukrainian toilets, there is nothing more valuable for us than. Yeah, I'm gonna send you the link later.
One of the things that we want to talk about, because we haven't talked in a long time. It's been almost a month and a half, too, maybe. Maybe even longer since your computer got electrocuted. Yeah. But the point is, Gaza happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to see what is your take on what Russians are saying about Gaza. And while I do that, let me put this meme up, or this political cartoon, from my Facebook 11 years ago. Today is the 20th of November. When we record this. So yeah, tell us what the attitude in Russia is about the Gaza conflict.
Well, among the people I know, the absolute majority are either neutral or support Palestine. And the only people I know who support Israel are actually people who live in Israel. Like the one girl I used to know, but she's not now. Right now she's not in Israel. She's somewhere in Europe, in Netherlands or something.
So she's about as Russian and Israeli as Ukrainians are.
Yeah.
The Ukrainians who are in Poland and everywhere else in Europe. But yeah, no, the things that are going on in Gaza are absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
For example, let's put this little infographic up, because we've got a lot of stuff to get through today, and we've already discussed some of this. We were 15, 20 minutes into the recording, and then it all died on us. So we're going to have to do this again and pretend it's the first time that we're doing it. These are journalists who have been killed in Gaza, and this is, I think, a week, maybe 10 days old, and there's 21 of them. So, what's your take on what's going on? What do you think? What have you seen that's shocked you?
Oh, a lot of footage of these destroyed homes and dead kids, and the Al Shifa hospital. Yeah, the destroyed this soldier, Israeli soldiers, he's so proud, complacent, and the destroyed homes in Gaza.
I saw there's a podcast called the Electronic Intifada, and they cover what's going on in detail. And I was watching, and they were saying like the Israeli army is the best army in the world at killing children. Most children have been killed by the Israeli army than by other armies in the last 20, 30 years or 50 or whatever.
Yeah, and you know what's weird? That we in Russia have some, thank God they're in the minority of the Russian patriotic community, but we have the so-called turbo patriots who basically say that what Israel is doing to Gaza, Russia should do the same thing to Kiev or Lviv or all other Ukrainian cities. I say, are you crazy? Like, what the fuck? We are not like that. You're not patriots. You're idiots for saying this. Sometimes turbo ultra patriots are as bad as enemies.
They are like Lindsey Graham chicken hawks in the sense that they probably never
chicken hawks.
They've never had a fight, probably people, even.
Sorry.
Let alone seen war.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but none of those people who propose such insane stuff actually served in the army. They're all they say this from the comfort of their warm home. They have never been in trench or whatever, where neither did I, but at least I think with my head, not my emotions.
Yeah, and there's also the fact that all these people they're basically calling for genocide. you know what I mean?
Genocide.
Like when you're attacking civilians, that's not the way to go. That you're not the good guy anymore. Once you start attacking civilians.
And even with all this, all of our Russia's efforts to avoid civilian casualties, the Western media still report that, Russians genocide Ukraine, genocide. Yeah. What do turbo patriots propose is to basically prove the Western propaganda right, that we are genocide. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
so
chill out.
They're playing into the hands of the manipulator of the whole narrative. Yeah,
absolutely.
This is Gaza. This is the size of Gaza, by the way.
Yeah.
And this is Ukraine. And this is the SMO. I just wanted to put that out there. And then there's this little map as well.
That upper map is offensive to me.
Why? Oh, because it's not Ukraine? Yeah. This is former Ukraine. It should say former. I'm sorry to offend you. Yeah. It should say former. I don't know why this is not circled. This is also Ukraine, technically. Shouldn't this be green? What the fuck? Anyway, whoever made this, I didn't make the map. But yeah, this is worth noting as well. That the Gaza Strip is 25 miles and 20 miles and 5 miles across, which is pretty tiny if you take into consideration the amount of bombs that have been dropped. We touched upon it a little bit, but we did a little bit more talking in the version that got, let's say, canceled or that bugged out.
The Russian citizens from Gaza.
The Russian citizens from Gaza, and also about the Russian attitude towards Muslims. Because, in this because, the Gazan conflict or the conflict in Palestine is perceived by the world, often mistakenly perceived, as a Jewish-Muslim conflict. And in reality, it's like a Jewish against everybody conflict, I think. Is it not? Realistically?
I think it is, yeah.
There's a lot of suffering that's going on in Palestine that's not only the Muslims. Let's have a look.
Just Christians,
let's go full screen here. And these are Russian refugees. See if I can play this. There we go.
Мы сейчас в данный момент находимся на КПП Рафах, ждем эвакуацию. Очень сильно благодарны нашему президенту и нашим консулам за их действия, за помощь нам в эвакуации. Была очень жестокая война, было очень трудно. Мы молим Бога, что мы выжили, смогли выбраться из этой ситуации, добирались всеми силами. Нет ни воды, ни еды, ни лекарств. Очень ужасная ситуация.
У нас очень трудная ситуация. На самом деле мы оставили все, и работу, и дом. Наши дома разбомбили. Мы неизвестно, где мы сейчас остались. Что мы схватили с собой, получилось, то и получилось. У нас абсолютно нет сейчас ни зарплат, ни денег своих нет, дети не могут сейчас закончить школы. Мы все потеряли абсолютно. И мы очень нуждаемся в поддержке российского президента и правительства, и поддержка всего российского народа. Еще раз огромная благодарность нашим консулам за помощь в эвакуации.
All right.
Yeah. Good video.
So, these are Russian citizens
Yeah.
leaving Gaza. And one would imagine that they're actually dual citizens, like as in Palestinians who have travel documents from Gaza, Egyptian travel documents, and then also have Russian passports. And then you get commentators like, let's not name him, but commentators who say that why are these people choosing to live in Gaza? It's like, why are they Russian citizens and they're choosing to live in the open prison? What do you have to say to commenters like that?
Oh, well, there are different reasons why because maybe their relatives are there, and I don't know, just many people have different reasons why.
Yeah, or they could be unwilling refugees to Russia, from 20, 30, 50 years ago even, because this has been going for a long time. In any case, as I take a sip of my coffee, let me remind everybody that you can now buy me a coffee. So those who've bought me a coffee, thank you. And those who have yet to buy me a coffee, thank you to you too. You can also support me by liking, sharing, subscribing. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Now, let's get into some lighter topics.
Yeah.
I want your comment on this.
Oh, bro. No. Well, first of all, he's in a investigation prison or something.
Pre-detention center, I think it's called.
Pre-detention, yeah, pre-detention center, yeah. And if he gets convicted, like a serious charge, then he will not be able to run for president anyway.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So he's actually pretending or trying or wanting to run from prison, which is just beyond being a meme. Like, the guy is a meme himself.
He is a big meme. Well, in 2014, I actually didn't think of him as a meme. I think of him as a serious person, but little did I know back then. But his true entity began to emerge back in 2015, at the end of 2014, when he started complaining and attacking Putin and Russian leadership for not invading directly back in 2014.
Yeah.
And the story of him leaving Slavyansk in the trunk of a car, it's hilarious.
It's just the whole thing, the whole story, and the fact that if just that British intelligence quotes him the most is enough to tell you that he's on the wrong side. In any case, one of the other things that we talked about in the recording that has disappeared now are some more memes from Gaza and about Gaza, because I've been offline for about a month maybe, and I haven't had time to record. And National Meme Coordination Body from Serbia put out this meme of making fun of the IDF. An urgent message for the residents of Gaza, and it's you turn off their internet and their electricity, then via the internet you tell them that they will be punished unless they go further south, and that it's their own fault for not listening to you, even though they can't because they have no electricity. It's the American School of War, basically.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like the fact that all the super pro Zionist people are also super pro Ukrainian?
Well, it makes sense since both Israel and Ukraine are basically the U.S. client states.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah, client
Yeah,
states.
but the thing is that I think Israel is ultimately more important to the U.S. establishment than Ukraine, and I think that the way Russia benefits from the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is that the United States will send more money and weapons and ammo to Israel and less to Ukraine. And this is the unique opportunity for Russia to strike for a decisive strike.
It is indeed. Hold on, I'm loading some stuff here in the background.
Oh yeah.
Because we already discussed this, and then I closed it, and then we have to bring it up again. Oh, but it went full screen. Wait, can we get it not full screen? There we go. When you thought there was, because it's my favorite thing to do is talk about no Nazis in Ukraine. Fans of nuts. Nobody likes nuts in Ukraine. They're all allergic to nuts.
Yeah, this picture reminds me of this picture basically sums up the whole. In a nutshell, this is the whole crazy world of double standards in politics. Like,
it's not only double standards in politics; it's like double think in this person's mind. Like, how can you be an Israeli and be a Nazi? Like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
It's like being a Russian and a Nazi. It's like, and this picture is like even better.
Yeah.
These are like actual Banderites who are, like what? What is going on here? Why? And then when you thought you've seen it all, this picture, which is like the Israeli battalion. So yeah, just to give you an idea of what's going on. And
but this is all Photoshop, that the Russian propaganda.
Of course, man. Of course, it's all fake. It's all fake. It's been like consistent fakes for the last forever. But yeah, let's have a read here. Israeli journalist David Sheen says the Israeli soldier wears a sticker that identifies the end of the Netanyahu and the Zionist government. They will expel the non-Jews from the country, demolish all Christian churches, mosques, including Al-Aqsa Mosque, and build a slaughterhouse to sacrifice animals daily, Solomon's Temple, on its ruins, and replace the government with a king, the Antichrist. Do you think we're in World War III, which is the opening of the apocalypse? Do you think the Israelis are trying to like actually bring the apocalypse around?
Well, if we talk about like a classic, like hot World War III, we're not there yet, but we're coming close to it, and the war against Russia is like in full swing. Only it's called, as people like to call it today, hybrid war. Not even a cold war, it's a hybrid war.
Yeah, with proxies and whatever.
Yeah, with proxies, with information warfare, smear campaign, cancel Russian culture, language, blah blah blah.
If you needed any more proof, time for NATO Zionist Brigade. Zionism is not a bad word. It just means supporting Israel's existence. So NATO went Zionist, in case you guys missed it.
I certainly missed it.
Like, share, and subscribe. And what can I say, man? What can I say? Nothing surprises me these days. Let's have another look here. What have we got here? Oh, this one is not related to anything. The USA we grew up in, the USA we live in now. Do you remember Britney Spears? Britney Spears used to be normal.
Yeah.
Or at least we thought she was normal. Let's see what other videos we have here. We have another video from Gaza. Let me play this and put it TV only. Yeah, heavy videos, and this is like just
Yeah.
one that I can share, that I can like clue you in on. You should get on Telegram if you want to see more.
Yeah, I've
But-
seen a lot of videos like this, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but the point, no, I'm talking to like viewers that they should get on Telegram if they want to see more. But like the stuff is
Have you
horrific.
seen- I think I forwarded it to you or on my channel, the video of a Ukrainian, like female KIAs lying in trench dead along with men.
Yeah, and I discussed it on some recent talks. We talked about that Ukrainian woman who was taken prisoner, who was pregnant, who was like shouting, "Don't hit me because I'm pregnant." And I was thinking that maybe she got pregnant, like she got mobilized, and then she got pregnant on the front in order to get demobilized, but she was not allowed to be demobilized. You know. Maybe, what do you think about that? Or do you think it's a fake video?
Well, I don't know. This could be, but I don't think it's a fake video. Maybe she was mobilized pregnant. Maybe she was already pregnant when she was mobilized.
Yeah, it's all possible. But like Ukraine is definitely in a bad situation. Let me see what
very
video
bad.
I've got next here. Oh, we've got a video here from 2 Christian Palestinians. And I think I can even do this and have us on screen.
My name is Tarek Tarazi. We're a pure Christian Gazan family, specifically from the northwest of Gaza, from Arimal.
We want to tell you that faith doesn't divide us in Palestine. The war crimes that have been committed in Gaza since 1 month affected us all, regardless of whether we are Christians or Muslims.
Israel has committed war crimes against civilians, destroying many residential blocks, districts even, among them schools, hospitals, mosques, churches, and sadly we lost 4 members of our family in the attack on one of the church.
This was a reminder to the world that the pain is one and the loss is one. A reminder that our struggle is a collective one, where we stand together in the face of adversity.
We share the same dreams of justice, and we will yearn for a better future to return to our beloved land. It's crucial to emphasize that the pain and suffering we endure are not confined to a single faith, but touch every single soul in Gaza, in Palestine, and among humanity.
We remember
That was a good end, among humanity. I thought he was going to say about among all humans, but no, he said among humanity. So only the people who have humanity actually can, you know, empathize, let's say, with the Gazans. But the point is, what I want to bring attention to is that the Israeli onslaught on Gaza and Palestinians in general is not aimed at Muslims only and Hamas only.
And
everybody is suffering.
Yeah, Christians and others, like everybody's suffering in Gaza and in Palestine. I don't know. Yes, it's true.
I wanted to like circle back basically to the topic of the Chechens and how that ties into, because like there's a video, I've shared it before, but I'll share it again at some point. There's a video of Kadyrov saying that the Christians and the Muslims should unite. This is an old video from the beginning of last year. Should unite against the forces of Satan. And recently, Putin Gerskat, who's a friend of the Working Brother, has translated a video of Apti, hero of Russia, Chechen guy. Here he is giving a speech to the soldiers and explaining to them a little bit about why the Muslims and the Christians are actually on the same side. Let me remove us and let me play this, and then we'll get your reaction to
Мы
it.
с вами находимся на стыке времен. Об этих временах говорили наши святые, наши пророки. Большая часть людей не знает, что христианство и ислам, и иудаизм изначально в том же числе, это все является одним единым целым. Для нас, для мусульман, когда мы изучаем эти три религии, которые мы называем аврамическими религиями, иудаизм является основанием, христианство это стены, мы говорим, ислам это крыша, это один наш общий дом. И в мире сегодня, я говорю, остается с каждым днем все больше и больше, мы должны это понимать. Остается только две религии. Одна религия это сатанизм, вторая религия это люди, верящие в Бога. Нам, наш пророк Мухаммад, алейхиссалату вассалам, так как я являюсь мусульманом, я скажу, для тех, кто не знает, в религии ислам пророк Мухаммад, алейхиссалату вассалам, сказал такие слова: женщины, равной Марьям, не было, нет и не будет никогда. Так насколько сильно мусульмане должны уважать святую Деву Марию Марьям, если пророк Мухаммад про нее сказал эти слова? Если в священной книге мусульман есть сура, которая называется Марьям, посвященная святой Деве Марии, если в Библии святая Дева Мария Марьям упоминается всего лишь 18 раз, а в священном писании мусульман она упоминается 32 раза, почти в 2 раза больше, так насколько мы сильно должны уважать святую Деву Марию за то, что она родила непорочным образом Ису, алейхиссалам, Иисуса. И насколько сильно нас должен был пророк Мухаммад настроить на то, алейхиссалату вассалам, чтобы мы с вами все ждали пришествия Иисуса, Иса, алейхиссалам, и когда Он придет, чтобы мы пошли за Ним для того, чтобы победить войско Даджаля, Антихриста. Встает вопрос, настолько ли мы разные? Настолько ли у нас разная религия? Да, нас искусственно тысячелетия, столетия разделяли, нас учили быть врагами друг другу, нас искали изъяны для того, чтобы мы друг на друга показывали пальцами. Но сегодня, сегодняшний мир, то, что творится сегодня в Израиле, возле Иерусалима, то, что творят с нашими братьями, мусульманами, христианами, всеми, кто находится на той стороне, не это ли признаки той войны, о которой нам с вами говорили? Мы с вами должны понимать, что стык времен и время пришествия Иисуса, Иса, алейхиссалам, не так далеки. Они близки к нам. И поэтому сегодня наше объединение, вот именно в таком составе, когда в этом составе находятся представители всех национальностей, всех религий, но это люди, которые истинно верят в Бога, и которые верят в чисто человеческие и Божьи ценности. Вот это и есть наша сила. Мы еще больше объединимся, поверьте мне. В этой войне, в которой мы сегодня находимся, мы победим. Ничего сверхъестественного в этом нету, потому что нам сам Всевышний, как говорится, дал эту возможность победить в этой войне. Но эта победа для нас должна стать именно тем объединяющим фактором, который потом нас поведет по всему миру так, что Россия будет именно той силой, именно тем центром, откуда будут возрождаться Божьи ценности. Я не буду говорить некоторые слова про некоторых плохих людей, называя их таковыми, какие они есть. Потому что, Вика уже сказала, я не буду повторяться. Я вам скажу так, для нас с вами самое страшное это то, что это ЛГБТ, эта грязь может прийти в наши дома. Что наши дети могли бы ходить под этими флагами, это для нас с вами есть самое страшное. А сегодня мы с вами являемся войском Иисуса, алейхиссалам. Мы это ни от кого не скрываем. Мы заявили об этом всему миру, пусть весь мир знает, что мы и есть войско Иисуса, которое будет побеждать войско Даджаля, Антихриста. Поэтому каждый из нас должен и внутри себя готовить, и внешне себя готовить. У нас с вами есть одна идея, одна цель, и будет одна общая победа. И будет после этого мир на земле, когда мы с вами будем все едины. Однозначно и по-другому не может быть. Поэтому каждый из нас, может быть, мы не такие красивые, может, мы петь не умеем, как некоторые, но здесь находятся люди, которые умеют очень хорошо сражаться с сатаной, с дьяволом, антихристом, мы его можем называть как угодно. Это воины, которых реально можно называть железом. Это и есть железо, которое выковано в России. Здесь есть сплавы, которые со всех стран бывшего Советского Союза. Ребята с нами есть в одном строю. И это и есть то железо, которое победит сатану. Булат, правильно.
Oh, bro, that was a powerful speech. Wow.
Hold on 1 second. Issues. Okay, now it's restarted. Now, yeah. You were saying it's a powerful speech?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And you see, my friend, like Chechens, like there are some people in Russia who doubt Chechens, who are skeptical about their loyalty. Those people say that Chechen loyalty to Russia is measured purely in money. That is, as long as money from the Kremlin, the money flow, the cash flow from the Kremlin to Grozny is uninterrupted, they are loyal. But once the cash flow stops, basically the Chechen War 3 will erupt. Well, I don't think these people are correct. I think they're people in the wrong. I personally believe that the Chechen loyalty to Russia is genuine. It's not just because of money. But if we look at it from the other side, look at it from the other angle. Just some 20 years ago, there was a Russo-Chechen war, a Russian army fighting the Chechen rebels and terrorists, and the Chechen terrorists carried out terrorist attacks even in Moscow and in Beslan and North Ossetia. So yeah, there are people who are still skeptical about Chechens in Russia.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole Chechen situation has been resolved, and I think the Chechen identity and national psyche has been awoken to the fact that the West is not milk and honey.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Apti aptly pointed out the stuff that's going on in Jerusalem, and I am pretty sure we didn't share this in this version of the recording. So let's draw attention to this Israeli propaganda. When you are mean to Israel, this is who you are being mean to. Gun waifu, apparently.
Wow.
She's in the IDF, but of course, Israeli civilians are, just civilian women. This guy, I think we already covered. This we covered. Did I show this? I think I showed this. This is just funny. This is sad and tragic, and the crime. Yeah. And this, I don't think I talked about it. This version. So this is Mia Khalifa, the adult entertainment actress, former, I think, technically, getting trolled by the IDF Mossad online army. Everybody should recognize what this meme is supposed to symbolize, except they're not black. But the point is, this is them taking a picture in the Gazan parliament, and then a day later, they destroyed the whole building. What can I say? Oh, did you know that in Germany, it's illegal to say from the river to the sea, Palestine shall be fabulous? You can't say free. You can say fabulous. So for all the Germans, you can still watch this safely. From the river to the sea, Palestine shall be fabulous. There you go. Yeah. Fabulous. We coined it here, everybody. You can thank me later. Also, I don't know if I did this thing. Where is this thing? Buy me a coffee. There we go, everybody.
Oh yeah.
In case I didn't tell you, thank you for buying me a coffee. Those who have and those who have not, you can buy me a coffee. Soviet Bear.
Yeah.
We've got we covered Strelkov. Oh, what do you think of Avdiivka and what's going on in there? This is my war map of Avdiivka. It's a Soviet Russian bear eating a porky pig.
Well, Avdiivka, and I mentioned in my most recent writing that it's being held purely for terrorizing the civilians of Donetsk, for shelling them, because as you pointed out in the Serbian meme, the American school says terrorize. The American school teaches them terrorize civilians.
Yeah.
The shelling of Donetsk were carried out from Avdiivka. That's why it has been so heavily fortified. It has little to zero strategic significance.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Bakhmut is more like a symbolic significance, which is a pure PR. And I don't know any army in the history of the world that sacrifices its soldiers purely for the sake of PR victories. And I mentioned that in my most recent writings.
The Ukrainians. Oh, by the way, you commented on my shirt before we started recording.
Yeah.
Make Berlin great again. That's what I'm calling this shirt.
Yeah. And my T-shirt is Z letter. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. I wanted to get one of those, but I didn't have time when I was actually in Russia. In any case, the Ukrainians, much like the Israelis, use bad or banned or immoral, let's say, ammunition against civilians, including cluster munitions. Yeah, exactly. That they started using against Donetsk in the last month or so. Mm-hmm. And the Russians answered recently with their own air-launched cluster munitions. So let's see. This has audio. Let's not put that because we might get a strike. But this is some footage of Russian air-launched 500-kilo cluster munitions that are now being used because the Ukrainians have opened Pandora's box, basically.
Yes.
What's your opinion on this? Is this a good thing?
Well, Russia didn't sign and didn't ratify the convention banning cluster munitions. Mm-hmm. So, but when Ukrainians have been using cluster munitions, they have basically, as you said, opened the Pandora's box. Well, if they use it, why can't we use it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the difference is, of course, that they're using it on civilian centers.
And we use it on military targets, yeah.
Yeah. That's a nuance, nuance. And anybody who's Serbian will remember, the markets in Serbia getting bombed by NATO cluster munitions. Mm-hmm. So, Now, what else have we got here? Oh, yeah, we have these tabs that I forgot about totally. Did you hear about the UFOs? We'll talk about the UFOs later, but let's cover this first. Let me do this, and then let me do this. This is from Simple Flying.
Various systems. The Russian
IL-96 is in production. It is the fully Russian airplane.
Yes,
but Russia, it's probably made from washing machine parts, right?
Yeah, and it's got toilets stolen from Ukraine.
Yeah. So the point is, how do you feel about the fact that Russian industry is happy and is able to compete and make? This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is Putin's plane, right? The IL-96. It's what he flies.
Yeah. Yes.
So the modernized version is out. What do you make of that? How do you feel about the fact? Are you proud that Russia can make airplanes?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and airplane engines, and not too many countries in the world. Maybe besides from Russia, it's the United States and France that can make their own aircraft turbofan engines.
Mm-hmm.
Well, China cannot make them. That's why China wanted to buy the Motor Sich plant in Ukraine, the Zaporozhian Motor Sich, but the Americans didn't allow them.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ukraine also had this ability to make the turbofan engines. So the Chinese wanted technology, but the Americans Ukraine was already an American puppet, and they just thwarted the deal. And the Chinese didn't forget that.
We're going to shift gear a bit. I want to get to this video that you sent along. This is you talking to something.
An American girl. Yeah.
Is it a girl? Are you sure it's a girl? How sure are you
she
that it's
looks
a girl?
like a girl.
So you could be misgendering.
Like
it could be an it. It could be an it, man. You don't know. Anyway, so you're talking to this girl, and do you wanna give us an insight, or do you want me just to play it raw and let people see what's going on?
Well, she sounded exactly like typical like American left wing. When I say American left, you know what I mean. Who says that Russian the special operation in Ukraine is imperialist, and stuff like she supports transgenderism and puberty blockers and all that stuff, you know.
This part at the end is the best part. Let's pause. Let's play this and let people clue in, and we'll leave a link down below to Soviet Russian Bear's new channel, because his old channel got deleted. So and his Telegram also should be in the description. Let me play this and put it full screen for everybody to enjoy.
Gender and without the parents' consent, and I think it's insane.
I don't think you need a parent's consent to just develop gender, which is something we all do when we're 3 years old. We all start to kind of get this idea. It's interoception is what it's called in children. It slowly develops like a couple years after object permanence, where they're like, oh, I'm different than stuff that's not me. And then they start to differentiate, I'm different than other people. And the internal process of a kid is like, how am I different than other people? Which is where I'm a girl, a princess, a this or that tends to stem. And it becomes like obsessive. And a kid will identify over lots of very silly things as they grow up. Whether they end up cis, which most do, or they don't, I think it's fine. Not to mention that, especially in America, you cannot permanently transition a child. Not to mention you can't do a mastectomy or like any sort of bottom surgery on someone who has not, you know, grown to the tallest they're going to grow, developed hormonally as much as they're going to. They have to be post-puberty in order for any of that stuff to happen. So I really think it's, what did the Nazis burn first? Gender science from East Germany from the 1920s, which was getting so advanced. There were trans people living in the United States that were like celebrated, you know, like old soldier comes home from war and becomes a beautiful blonde. And it just, you know, we celebrated people like that. They're a little odd, but it's like they can live a normal life, and how cool is that in America? Science. And now we hate it. One telltale sign of fascism is an anti-education. Everything is private and unintellectual.
Listen, I don't know, but they are the endocrine disruptors and the hormones. I
wish I had been able to do puberty later. Oh my god. Puberty is a traumatic process for most kids, whether you have gender confusion or not. I was a girl. The only thing I struggled with was that I liked girls a little bit. But man, was puberty a nightmare. Puberty blockers have shown no adverse effects after they've been used for, you know, few decades.
Oh my god, what did I run into? Oh, no. Bro, come on. Gender science, bro. What is gender science, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That was horrific. Like, I saw that when you uploaded it. I watched it, and I actually watched it to the end, because I was like, where the hell is she gonna go with this? Like, what is gonna where how can she bring this together? And like, your reaction is priceless. Your reaction is just like, close.
What?
That was excellent. That was excellent.
Yeah. Well, she said in the beginning of the video that she is an English major or something like that. And one guy in the comment section of this video said, when she said she was English major, I know what she's going to say.
Man, I recently met a woman, let's say, with a nose piercing, and when I told them, a friend of mine, he's like, man, get away from that. That's like satanistic. As soon as they have like a nose piercing in the middle, like a cowbell, like you should get away from that. In any case, that was so funny. Even these airplanes found it funny. Look at these two airplanes laughing at your joke. This is some pilot jokes, because I know we've got pilots in the audience. Some of my subscribers are actual pilots, which is pretty fucking amazing. Good. In any case, is there anything else that you'd like to touch upon? We've gone on for like 46 minutes.
Oh yeah. Speaking of aircraft and pilots, Su-75 Checkmate, I think it will enter production like next year. Oh no, by 2025 actually. Not next year, but by 2025, the Russian light 5th generation jet, the Su-75 Checkmate, will enter serial production, and it will surely not will be as it will not have as many problems as Su-57.
Highly likely, yeah. I just want to, considering you brought up aviation and I made that aviation joke, I shared this on my Telegram after Kim.com shared it on Twitter. Apparently, this is MH370 from 2014 being taken out of reality by some kind of alien or military technology. And this is supposedly filmed from a military satellite, and boom, it's gone, in case you missed it. So that's a very interesting development, I'd have to say.
Yeah, that's weird.
Do you think that the U.S. has teleportation technology?
Well, no, I don't think so. Maybe it's some sort of bug or, I don't know, malfunction in the system.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird details about both MH17 and MH370. In any case, Soviet Bear, is there anything else you'd like to point people's attention to before I put out the last two memes?
Well, nothing really.
All right. In that case, this car is not yet unlocked, and this is what's going to happen to me very much soon in the future. Very likely. When smiling is not allowed, remember to smile.
Yeah.
So, I think that's enough for this talk. Soviet Russian Bear, thank you for having the patience during my month of absence, and thank you for coming on. Everyone who stuck around to the end, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, all that good things. And check out the links to Soviets media everywhere. All right. Everyone, thank you. See you later.
До свидания.
Ciao, ciao. До свидания.